screen with y'all. So first of all, welcome to Learn How to Find Money on Your Credit Report with Millionaire May. Of course, that's me. If you're new here, I just thank you all for wanting to get on and just learn more about credit. You know what I'm saying? Learn more about how these consumer reporting agencies are violating your rights. So first of all, thank you for spending your time here with me this evening. I do want to give a disclaimer that this is not legal advice nor am I an attorney. This is just for informational purposes only, and you need to use this information at your own discretion, okay? I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a lawyer, an attorney, or anything like that. I'm just a consumer who learned their rights, and I'm teaching everyone as well. So an introduction of who I am. If so, some of you guys are new here, so you really don't know my journey when it comes to, or my background about credit repair. So I don't do credit repair, by the way. I just teach you guys how to do it yourself, right? So who am I? I'm May. I started consumer law in March of 2022. I've been doing this for a year and some change now, and I'm very grateful that I've learned this information. So how did I start? I needed credit. I had my own business, and I was working for Wayfair at the time, and I needed more capital to fund my clothing business that I had. And I'm like, okay, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is by credit. Just been learning more stuff about credit. And my boyfriend introduced me to the bureau bullies. And with the bureau bullies, I started learning about what the definition of a debt collector is, what is a debt collector, what debt is, what credit is, and all that kind of stuff, and what the real definition of a credit card is. And that just was my introduction to what consumer law was. Once I read DIY Reparations by the Bureau Bullies, it lit a fire under me, and I just wanted to start to go all in and start fixing my credit and suing corporations such as debt collectors, dealerships, all those corporations that we enter into transactions with all the time. So when I first started, as you can see here in this picture, my credit report was literally at a 537. It was at a 537. I barely had any credit. I had collections on there. I had charge-offs on there. So I started where a lot of you guys are right now. Once I started learning consumer law and learning the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Truth in Lending Act, and the Fair Credit Reporting Act, I literally spent every single day studying the laws, literally. There was not a day that passed by that I was not in the books studying and reading these laws. And during this journey, so when I was with Wayfair, I was tired of working for Wayfair. And once I started to learn what was really going on in these everyday contracts that we get into, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm really done with this job. I ended up quitting my job at Wayfair. All of my income stopped. And I also ended up facing an eviction at the same time. And also within this time frame, my car ended up getting repossessed as well while my son was at school, all while I'm learning all of this information. And I was just going through such a hard time. I was going through such a hard time at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, all of this stuff is happening. But as I was going through all of this stuff, I continued to be consistent, and I continued to study. I continued to remain calm and patient as I was going through this journey, because I'm like, you know what? All of this stuff is happening to me right now, but I know that I'm working towards something that's going to benefit me and my family in the long run. And that's exactly what I did. So while I was going through the eviction, while my car was being repossessed and things like that, I ended up fixing my credit completely. You see here, I went from a 537 to a 702. I started my credit repair journey. I started learning in March of 2022, but I didn't start really executing until about May. And then in December, like the beginning of December, I had got my credit report clean. Then on top of that, during that time frame, I ended up suing a debt collector and getting a settlement check from the debt collector, all while all the other bad stuff is happening to me. Like, it was bad stuff happening and it was very good stuff at the same time. So A lot of things that I learned was from other people, but also from experience. It was a good experience going through whatever it is that I had to go through at the time, because that was my journey. And literally, my car had got repossessed in October, and I got a Mercedes 2 months after that. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but as soon as they had took my car, I just started visualizing, like, okay, it's all right. I need a new car anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and visualize myself in some better car, right? During the time of me not having any money, not having any income coming in, I really had to have faith in myself and just know that everything was working out for me in the way that it was supposed to. Because we get so used to depending on their system that once we take that step back and we're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to depend on their system no more. I'm just going to hop on faith. And that's exactly what you have to do. You have to hop on faith all the way, because you don't know how things are going to be set up. You don't know how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. I didn't know that. I just knew that it was going to happen. And I had faith that it was going to happen, regardless of whatever it was that I was going through. A lot of people don't know, like, they see me, you guys see my success on Instagram now, but you guys don't know like where it started. And before I started to get 30,000 followers and things like that and build a business, I was just like a lot of you guys. I didn't have no income coming in. I was going through an eviction. I couldn't pay any of my bills. I didn't have no job or anything. So this all happened within a 6-month time frame. So during that time, like I said, I was able to fix my credit report. I was able to learn the laws. And after I did that, I started teaching. So that's a little bit of who I am and how I started in my journey. And hopefully that touched some of you tonight as you're on this call, because I know a lot of you are probably in a hard financial situation, but just know that things are always working out in your favor and there are better days coming for you, right? There are better days. Just remain positive, and just know that it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. I know it doesn't seem like it in the moment, but it's going to be okay. Just try to remain as positive as you can. So we're gonna get into the Fair Credit Reporting Act, because of course everybody wants to know, like, how can you find money on your credit report? How can you find money on your credit report? So the first secret I'm gonna share with you guys tonight is, what is the Fair Credit Reporting Act? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act protects information collected by consumer reporting agencies such as credit bureaus. That's what they call them. That's not really what they are. That's just what they call them. And medical information companies and tenant screening services. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act is what governs our consumer reports. So any consumer report that anyone is making about us, whether it's a medical report, whether it's a tenant screening report, or our credit report, things being reported about our credit, because our consumer report is more than just credit reporting, which we'll go over the definition of a consumer report. So you will, whenever you're fixing your credit yourself, and mostly when credit repair companies are fixing your credit, they're using the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can't not use the Fair Credit Reporting Act when you're in your credit repair journey. This is exactly what I use, in my credit repair journey. And what helped me, although I did utilize the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and the Truth in Lending Act as well in my credit repair journey. So how can you utilize the Fair Credit Reporting Act? Well, let's take a look. Let's pull it up. I just typed in 15 U.S. Code 1681, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Typically, Law Cornell will pop up first. So I just literally click on that. And I'm going to read the congressional findings for you all, so you guys can get an understanding of, why did Congress make the Fair Credit Reporting Act? What was the Fair Credit Reporting Act made for? Why are we here? What is it for? So the congressional findings and statement of purpose. And no matter what law it is that you're reading, you always want to read the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Always want to read the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I mean, not the Fair Credit Reporting Act, but the congressional findings. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Okay, so the Congress makes the following findings. The banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. That is something that most people read the first time and they'll just skip over it. I did the same thing. But no, you really don't want to skip over that. You want to listen to what Congress is saying. Our banks is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting, because once you walk inside of a bank or a dealership or wherever it is you're going to try to get credit, they're going to ask you to pull that credit report. It literally determines whether you're going to be able to get that car or get that house or get that loan or whatever it is, right? So the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. Fair. When I think of fair, is something that's equal to both parties or equal to you or whoever it is, right? If it's your credit report, shouldn't it be fair to you? And it should also be accurate. And it's funny because if you don't really understand what the definition of a credit card is, you may not understand what Congress is saying right now. But when you think of fair, let me know in the chat, is it fair for negative items to be on your credit report? Drop in the one in the chat and let me know. Is it fair for negative items to be on your credit report? It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Right? No, exactly. So in that first sentence, the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. If you have negative accounts on your credit report, is that fair? And isn't that the very first sentence, and aren't they violating the very first sentence? So let's talk about accuracy. Accuracy, right? The only way that you're going to understand accuracy, what Congress is saying here, because when it comes to the laws, you have to read between the lines. You have to read between the lines. I'm in the Truth in Lending Act, and I'm going to go to the definition section. Every time I talk about credit reporting, I have no option but to go over this definition, because we have to understand what's really going on here. The term credit card means any card, plate, coupon book, or other credit device existing for the purpose of obtaining money, property, labor, or services on credit. What is a credit device that you guys use to obtain credit every time you go inside of a dealership, every time you go inside of a bank, every time you go inside of any financial institution? What is a credit device that you use? Okay, somebody already said in the chat. Okay, thank you. So if you're using that credit device every time you're going inside of a bank, and I'm always going to go over this. Because every time they say, oh, well, we're going to use your social security number for identification purposes. Let's Google, I can't type. They say every time, okay, we're going to use it for identification purposes. Okay. Right here it says the social security number card is not used as proof of identity because it does not contain personal information about the holder. Okay, so what are y'all using the social security number for then? It's not for identification purposes. It's a credit device. It's something that you're able to utilize to obtain credit, to enter into consumer credit transactions. So when a financial institution tells you you're in debt, they are wrong. You entered into a credit transaction. You didn't enter into a debt transaction. That's why it says consumer credit. This is the consumer credit protection. They're trying to protect your credits because these financial institutions are using your credit card. They're using your credit card. When you walk inside of a bank and they use that credit card, that transaction is done. It's already paid for. Once they got that credit card, you credited the transaction, you walk out, you get your card, you're not supposed to be making monthly payments because there is no real money in circulation right now. That's why there is credit. So when you think about accurate, all accounts on our consumer report says that we got a loan, but I didn't get a loan. There was no loan. That's nobody lent me anything. No banks cannot lend their own money. Bank can lend. Okay, banks can lend lawful money. What is lawful money? Gold and silver. Banks cannot lend their own credit. So if banks can't lend their own credit, they're lying to you. They're lying to all of us. So if a bank is saying that they're lending their own credit and they're giving you a loan, that's not accurate. So why isn't that why the banking system is failing? Because consumers aren't even entering into transactions as they're supposed to, because these banks are misleading us. Is that fair? No. That's why I tell you guys, you need to read Truth in Lending Act. It starts there. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is not the credit laws. The Truth in Lending Act is the credit laws, because the Truth in Lending Act is what defines the term credit. Okay? So understand the Truth in Lending Act, because you need to go, this is deeper, this is bigger than just trying to get a house, a car, whatever, just trying to get a clean credit report. This is something that there's something that's bigger going on. So you need to make sure you hold that bank, that corporation that's reporting any negative items, you need to hold them accountable as well. Drop a one in the chat. That makes sense? That makes sense to y'all? Let me know. Is it clicking? Is it clicking? All right. I'm making sure y'all here. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay. So let's continue. Inaccurate credit reports directly impair the efficiency of the banking system. Okay, it directly impairs the efficiency of the banking system. That's why, this is why our economy is the way it is right now. Like, okay, we ain't gonna talk about that. Okay. And unfair credit reporting methods undermine the public confidence, which is essential to the continued functioning of the banking system. It undermines the public confidence because you don't want to go inside of no bank knowing that you got a 500 credit score. You already know, man, they're probably going to deny me. And that's even messed up itself, because how can they deny you something that they're not even lending? How can they do that? Credit is your right. Credit is your right. And it says under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act that they shall not discriminate against any person who exercises any right. If you look at the definition of credit, it says credit is the right granted by a creditor. You got to read between the lines. I hope y'all caught that. Okay. So it undermines your public confidence. So you do not want to walk inside of a bank or a financial institution because you lack confidence, because you already know that they are going to deny me, which is unfair. It's unfair. How can they deny you something that is yours? An elaborate mechanism has been developed for investigating and evaluating the credit worthiness, the credit standing, the credit capacity, character, and general reputation of consumers. An elaborate mechanism is the Oscar system. It was a machine that was created to evaluate our credit reports. How is it fair that when you send in a dispute, it's not even a human reading it? Is that fair? You can't even get a real human being to read your letter. These corporations have taken over so much control. And this is what I always want you guys to really get. Like, this is the biggest message that I push, is that we need to stop letting them have control over something that is ours. You should want to learn how to take back your control. That's why I say don't hire a credit repair company. A credit repair company can't exercise your rights for you. You should want to exercise your own rights. Stop trying to take the easy way out. You need to get up in the field. Get in the field. Stop trying to take the easy way out. Get in the field, because if you mess up you pay a credit repair company, you mess up your credit again, you got to pay them again. Just learn how to do it yourself. It's so funny because as soon as I was like, okay, I got to fix my credit, I did not Google search one credit repair company. I took the time out to fix it myself. And then while I learned how to fix it, I teach other people how to fix it. Not only did I learn how to fix it, I learned how to sue them as well. Consumer reporting agencies have assumed a vital role, vital, life or death. This is a life or death situation in assembling and evaluating consumer credit and other information on consumers. Why is it life or death? Because we have to have a good credit report to do anything here. We have no option. We got to have a good credit report. There are alternative routes, but it's a little bit harder. It's easier to enter into these transactions with these corporations when you have a good credit report, because you're playing their game. You're playing the game that this is how they want to play. Okay, we're gonna play it the best way, the easiest way we can. And that's having a good credit report. They assume this role, they're not government affiliated. They're just a corporation, they're just an LLC. You can look it up and see who was the founders, what made them want to do specific things. There's a need to ensure that consumer reporting agencies exercise their grave responsibilities with fairness, impartiality, and respect for the consumer's right to privacy. You have a right to privacy. I was looking on my TransUnion credit report the other day, and they said, we've been having your information since 2003. How? I was born in 1998. And even if they got it from my parents, which is, I don't know, I wouldn't understand how they got it from my parents either, because they don't ask you your child's information when you get a credit report. Or when you're when you're signing up to get your credit report, they don't ask you for your child's information. So it's not adding up. I never gave you guys permission to use my information, to put my information in your system. They know where you live, they know your date of birth. That's why I do not put my address on my credit reports. They will get a virtual address to the day I die. I will never put my home address on there again. You have no idea who could look up your credit report. Boom, there go your address out there that fast. It is the purpose of this subchapter to require that consumer reporting agencies adopt reasonable procedures for meeting the needs of commerce for consumer credit. We are in commerce. We are in business, okay? We are in business. If you don't think you're a corporation, you need to look again, because if you look at that social security number and look at that ID and look at your birth certificate, that is a corporation. Corporations' names are always in all caps. If you look at that person, you look at the bills that you get in the mail, it's in all caps. That's not you. This is public information. That is not you. That's why it's people out here who's going to correct the way their name is. So you're not the all caps anymore. That's too, you gotta look, because when you write your name, it's in uppercase, lowercase. When a corporation writes your name on a paper, it's always in all caps. That's because we're in commerce. We're doing business. We're one of their employees. Hold on, I have a screenshot of it saying a United States citizen is a employee. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick, because it's in the law. It's literally in the law. Hold on, y'all. I screenshot so much stuff. Drop a one in the chat if this is all making sense to you. Drop a one in the chat if you feel like you need to be the one in control of your consumer report. Drop a one in the chat. 15 USC 4724. $47.24. See, I ain't saying nothing that's not public information. Okay. Uh-oh, wrong one. The term United States business means a United States citizen, a corporation, partnership, so on and so forth. You are a corporation, whether you want to be one or not. We are that. So that's why when people are like, oh, well, how can I report things as identity theft? Because when your parents got that birth certificate, it was a contract that was involved, and all contracts have to have full disclosure. They didn't give your parents full disclosure that they were about to turn you into their property. That's why it's identity theft. Okay, I hope y'all got that. All right, so continuing on. Okay, how can you find money on your credit report? Let's see. Let me pull up a credit report. Anybody want to send me their credit report too? Don't report. Let's see if anybody want to send me one. I got one already, but I can do one of y'all's. I dropped the email in the chat. Okay. Or you can message it to me in the files. What is the best site to get all 3 credit reports? I use Experian. So let me go ahead and pull up a credit report that you can find, that I'll show you how to find money on. And how do you find, oh, hold on. How do you find money on a credit report? Well, if it's inaccurate, there's money on it. Okay. So this is what is this? This is an auto loan. Okay, this is one of my students already. Any of my students here? My students in here? Y'all in here? But okay, so how is there money on this credit report? Right? So this is an auto loan that was open on when? January 2023. Okay. If it was open on January 2023, it should be reporting on February. Yay, one of my students in here. Okay. I'll show you how to become a student at the end. It should be reporting on February, right? So that's the first inaccuracy that I see. Because if it was open on January, 26, 2023, it should have been a pay. Oh, actually, no. This is an auto loan. I forgot auto loan, they don't start payments till 60 days. Okay, so that's right. Never mind. But right here, so it's saying it's late in September 30 days and October 30 days. That's wrong. There are 30-day intervals in between, 30 to 31 day intervals in between each month, right? So if a person is 30 days late one month, they gotta be 60 days late this month. How can they be 30? It's like you can't be 30 days late and then get back on time in between this time frame and be 30 days late again. Does that make sense to y'all? Let me drop one in the chat. Does that make sense? It's not clicking. Your consumer report is your reputation. Your consumer report is your financial reputation. If you look at the definition of a consumer report, it says the term consumer report means the character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living, so on and so forth. Your consumer report tells a story about you, tells a financial story, at least, well, not just a financial story, because there's more than specific things that they report, right? So there's a 30-day interval between these time frames. There should be 30, 60. It is the consumer reporting agency's responsibility to make sure that they maintain maximum possible accuracy. Whenever consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedures to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. Does that look like maximum possible accuracy to y'all? No, exactly. So who should be held liable? Let me know if y'all know in the chat. Who should be held liable? Whose responsibility is it? Who can you hold liable? Can you hold the consumer reporting agency liable? Or who is this reporting? Or Ally Financial? Who's at fault here? Both. Exactly. Everybody is at fault. Everybody is at fault. Why? Because number one, Ally Financial is the one that's furnishing the information to Experian. Whatever information that Ally Financial gives to Experian, Experian is supposed to do their own investigation. And it's in a case law. It's a borrow versus Experian. In this case law, they talk about how Experian. Oh, dang, why do I keep doing that? Experian literally just parrots information. What does parroting mean? Parrot means that you just take it from one person and just take their word for it. That's what parroting is. Whenever a consumer reporting agency does their own, conducts their own investigation, what triggers an investigation? You sending them a dispute. Whenever you send them a dispute and they do an investigation, Experian is not only supposed to rely on the furnisher's information, but they have to conduct their own investigation. If Experian was using fair credit reporting methods, Experian would know, oh, well, this doesn't make sense. There shouldn't be it should be 60 days. This goes to show more of the Oscar system that they're using, right? So essentially, you're building a case against them when you're sitting in these disputes. Letters do not guarantee removal of accounts. I don't know who lied and said that. Letters do not guarantee removal of accounts. You know what guarantees removal of accounts? Suing. You know what guarantees removal of accounts? You learning your rights. A credit repair company cannot guarantee removal of any accounts. If they say that, they're lying, and you can sue them for that. But that's another story. Okay. Let's look at another one. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Let's look at another account. Hold on. Let me pull up another one. So one thing I want to mention is that what I learned, somebody commented on one of my posts, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So when it comes to, so here's another one. This is a lot of inaccurate information, right? And I'll show you guys the civil liability section. Anyways, so this says again, so let's see what's the details of this account. This account was opened on March 4th, 2020. First of all, where's all this history at? If this history, say for instance, like this person was on time, that could be affecting their credit standing, their credit worthiness, because if all these on time payments was here, what if that could potentially boost their credit profile, even though this account is negative? But what if, right? Where's all this history, Experian? Then again, we have a 30 days late again. It should be 30, 60. Then we're on time. Then 30, 30, 60, 60. What? No. This is inaccurate information. This is inaccurate information, right? So again, this would be an account that you would want to, of course, dispute. But so like typically sometimes they'll have 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, right? So TransUnion only goes to 120. So say for instance, that was 30, 60, 90, 120, 120, 120. That technically wouldn't be reported inaccurate based off of just this. The whole account is fraud, right? But based off of just this, with TransUnion specifically, they only maximum report to 120 days late, and then it'll continue as 120. I just wanted to let you guys know, because before, I thought that TransUnion would do 120, 150, 180, but no, they just do 120, 120, 120. Just so some things you don't learn until you go to court. So someone had messaged me and told me that, so I want to make sure that I let y'all know that as well. Okay, let me pull up somebody else's credit report. So do y'all see, let me know in the chat, do y'all see how to find money on your credit report? And that's by simply looking for the inaccurate information that's being reported. Let me know, drop a one in the chat if you're able to see how to find money on your credit report. Okay, I got some ones. Okay, cool. So, okay, hold on now. What's going on here? I hate the way Equifax set their stuff up. It's so annoying. Okay, so this is Capital One. It's a closed account. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the bottom, because let me see what day it was open. So it was open on December 21st, 2012. Okay. First of all, Equifax, I don't believe, so you see how Equifax will have 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, right? Because Equifax goes all the way up to 180. So the reason you'll be able to see that is they'll have it here. So like the Experian report, Experian only reports to 90 and then CO. So if Experian doesn't report 120, then it wouldn't technically be inaccurate. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense for y'all. Ooh, I'm on the wrong thing, child. Oh, that's my son watching stuff. Okay. Hold on, where am I? Oh, hold on. It's down here. Nope, that ain't it. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up the Equifax credit report again, because that was a good one. Oh, here it is. Right? 30, 60, 90. This should be 120, 150, 180, because Equifax goes up to that much. Where is all this history? Like, how do you randomly have 30? Oh, no. Yeah. Equifax will be receiving a lawsuit so fast, because what? What is their duty? Let me know in the chat. What is Equifax's duty? What is Equifax's duty? And who is this company? Capital One. It is Equifax's duty to maintain maximum possible accuracy. Thank you. There we go. Y'all learn it. Exactly. Is this an accurate account, you guys? If you're going to at least say something about me, shit, at least make it add up. Right? This ain't adding up. Because how they know I wasn't on time all these months, and how and that could be, you know what I'm saying? And then, first of all, okay, and I'm confused again, because it's telling us that it's saying, okay, so it says that it's a charge off. But where is it a charge off at? Like, where's the status at? I see it as closed. I just see the charge off amount, but I don't see the status as a charge off. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, all right. But still, y'all see all them inaccuracies? Okay, let's find another one. Hold on, I don't want to make sure I don't share too much personal information. This is recent. Okay, we got another. Okay, let's share it. Let me share again. You're welcome. So this is, let's see what account this is. It's another charge off. Discover Bank is closed. Okay. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Let's see the date the account was open. It was 2015. Okay. Again, if you gonna have this on here, you should at least, where's the history? And then 30, 60, 90, again, 120, 120, 120. If Equifax says that they will have 150, 180, then that's what it should be. And then where's this month at? And then I only see the 2021 history. So, oh, okay, 2023. Okay, I see it. But even then, right? That's how you're able to find inaccurate information on your consumer report. No, you don't have to know when the account was purchased. That's it. So if the account is purchased, that means it's a collection. That's so charge off and collections are two completely different things. A collection means they sold the debt to to a collection company. A charge off just means that the company has marked it as a charge off because you were delinquent for typically 150 to 180 days, and they charged it off and wrote it as a profit loss. So a collection and a charge off are two completely different things. Those two accounts that we just looked at were charge offs. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if there's one that's collections. Let me see if there's a collection on here. Yes, they should definitely be sending you a 1099. 100%. Oh, hold on. Oh Lord, this is a good lawsuit. I would say so myself, because what is this? This is an account that was open in 2015. What, y'all, what is this? What is this? This is good. See, I get excited when I see inaccurate credit reports, because I'm like, oh, I got a good case. What is this? You can't make this up. Yeah, I'll let y'all speak at the end. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I gotta get through that. Let me get through this first. Let me see. Are there any collections on here? Equifax collections are at the bottom, I'm pretty sure. If there are any. There might not be any on this one. Yeah, there's no collections on this one. Okay, let me continue with the webinar. Okay, so now you know how to find money on your credit report. So what do you do after you find inaccurate information on your credit report? You send a dispute to the consumer reporting agency, and your dispute doesn't have to be anything you don't have to put a whole bunch of fancy laws or anything like that. All you got to say is there's inaccurate information on my credit report. Boom. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to say no laws. Like, I was putting a whole bunch of laws, and when I first did mine, it's really pointless. Okay. And if it comes back as verified, you have to file a federal lawsuit or file for arbitration. Now, Experian and Equifax are the only two that you can file for arbitration with. TransUnion, you cannot file for arbitration anymore. You have to file a federal lawsuit. I would not recommend filing any small claims with any three of these, because it's a federal matter. Like, it's federal laws that they're violating. Equifax, if you file for arbitration with them, you cannot not cite any laws. Their arbitration agreement literally says that you cannot cite any laws under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So if you're filing for arbitration with Equifax, you can't cite any laws. Just letting you know that, right? In Mississippi, we can only sue up to 3,500. That's probably small claims. So I'm going to share with you some results my students have gotten from applying this information that I've taught them, right? What have my students done? This is one of my students, right? He filed his lawsuit against Experian, and they are looking to discuss a settlement. Once your accounts keep coming back as verified, your next step is suing them. Even if you file a CFPB complaint, it comes back as verified. You got to take that next step. Nobody talks about taking that next step. Literally, nobody talks about that. So that's literally why I'm here. That's why I'm here, to show you guys what do you need to do, because you have to learn how to sue to guarantee account removals. It's so many people in their credit repair journey that quit because they sent letters and it didn't work. Nobody talks about, nobody makes it clear that your letters don't guarantee removal of accounts. And then my other students, they got hard inquiries removed, accounts removed. This student got 2 collections removed. This student got, I think it was a charge off from a finance company removed. And then she got hard inquiries removed. So I show my students, you can remove anything from your credit report, whether it's a collection, charge off, repossession, bankruptcy, whoever it is, whatever it is, no matter what account it is, it can be removed from your credit report. It can be removed from your credit report. It's your report. And what are the banks doing? What are the banks doing? They're lying to you. They're lying to you. The banks are lying to you, right? This was a check that I got. This was a check that I got. This was my first check that I got from learning my rights and learning the laws. My other check that I got, I just posted on my Instagram, was a 5-figure settlement from learning my rights, you guys. I can't put somebody was like, I can't see it. It's because I can't, once you sign a settlement agreement, you can't disclose specific things, right? So I'm going to share with you all how I help people like you win cases, remove harmful accounts, and get paid from consumer reporting agencies. All right. If you want to learn how to sue, you want to grab my ultimate credit repair bundle. Now, I just made this bundle. In this bundle, I'll show you, you know how I said that with Experian and with Equifax and TransUnion, you cannot file for arbitration. Well, in the bundle, I'll show you exactly how to file for arbitration, exactly how to file a federal lawsuit. I go deeper into the laws of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I also show you how to utilize the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and the Truth in Lending Act in your credit repair journey as well. I also teach you how to discuss settlement offers. So once you do file the lawsuit, how you would go about discussing a settlement. I go over all of that in my ultimate credit repair bundle. So if you have been having problems with removing negative items from your credit report, if you've been having problems with if you've been having problems with accounts coming back as verified, this is the bundle for you. It's 3 different sections. I have the how to file for arbitration, how to file a federal lawsuit, then how to remove negative items. And then I have different sections to show you each section of what to do for collections, what to do for charge-offs, what to do for late payments. All of that is included in the bundle. And I show you exactly how to sue consumer reporting agencies, how to sue Equifax, how to sue TransUnion. All those steps are in my ultimate credit repair bundle. The frequently asked questions that I get is, how long does it take for you to sue yourself? Or how long does it take for you to repair your credit yourself? And that is hard to answer because each credit report is different. Everybody's credit report is different. Nobody has the same exact credit report. So for me, it took 8 months to get my credit report clean. I did my mom's credit report for her because she had less accounts. It took me two to 3 months for her. So everybody's credit repair journey is different because the accounts are different. I dropped the link in the chat to the Ultimate Credit Repair Bundle. How long does it take to sue? That student up here, this student, he literally filed his lawsuit last month of October. He filed his lawsuit last month and they're already negotiating settlements. I'm not saying that it would work like that every single time, but it could. It's just depending on the consumer reporting agency. Sometimes they want to take it everybody that I've been seeing sue here lately, everybody's been getting settlements. But sometimes you may have to go all the way to court. But as long as you're willing to negotiate something that's beneficial for you and them, they're usually willing to settle. They're usually willing to settle. So, yeah. Then the next question is, how much can you get if you sue? Well, let's look and see what the law says. What does the law say, right? Oh, not it. It's freezing. Hold on, let me check that again. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me share again. Okay, should be good now. So the law says there's two civil liability section. Any section that you wonder, well, is it $1,000? Is it whatever? Look at the civil liability section. Some questions that people ask, you know that they didn't go and look at the law. The law says right here, any person who willfully fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this subchapter with respect to any consumer is liable to that consumer in an equal amount to the sum of any actual damages sustained as a result of the failure, or damages of not less than $100 and not more than $1,000. So what is actual damages? Actual damages is you getting denied credit or a house or a loan or whatever it was. What did you need that credit for? Did you need it because there's something going wrong with your house? Like there's a pipe messed up and you can't take a shower. So you're like, oh, okay, well, let me go down to the bank and get a loan so I can fix this pipe because I don't have the funds right now, right? That's actual damages. If there's something, what actually damaged you due to the failure of that consumer reporting agency being willful non-compliant or negligent non-compliance. Those are actual damages. And I guarantee you, a lot of us have actual damages. Like every time we're going to get our credit, it's typically for something that we need. It's for something that we need. It's, and anytime we're going to get something, couldn't get a car, exactly. That's actual damages. Or embarrassment. When somebody takes a look at your consumer report and they when somebody takes a look at your consumer report and you get denied, that's embarrassing. That is actual damages. Yes, as soon as yes, these steps can be implemented immediately upon purchase. Exactly. Yes, also you guys will receive access to my Facebook group as well for questions going forward. I forgot to mention that. Yes, you guys, any questions that you have, I will answer them in the Facebook group, 100%. I try my best not to leave you guys hanging because this is consumer law. This is different. If a lawyer reaches out to you and you need help on how to respond, yes, I will help you with stuff like that. Just make sure you don't email me or DM me just any questions after you purchase, just put them in the Facebook group, because that's what I make the Facebook group for, is for y'all, the people who purchase from me specifically, so I can make sure that I get you guys taken care of. I try not to leave you guys hanging. This will be, I'm telling you guys, this is the last credit repair bundle you will need. The reason why I'm so confident in that is because I teach you how to sue them. That's the very last step you have to do to clean your entire credit report. After this course, you will not have to buy anybody else's credit repair course, because if you know how to sue, you're good. And then think about when you learn how to sue, if you want to help other people, you can do that as well. Yes, you want to make sure you keep all denial letters from companies. That's a part of your case. So once your account comes back as verified, now you're building that case against them. Now you're building a case against them. And you're gonna need proof, because it's not about what you know and what you can prove. So when the judge asks, well, how did they damage you? Well, listen, I tried to apply for credit here, here, and here, and I got denied all three places. And now I can't go, I can't do, my son got speech therapy, and now I can't even put him in speech therapy, and he has a speech delay. That is actual damages, baby. I'm getting my story together and I'm racking it up. I'm applying for $1 million home. Okay. So if you want to learn how to sue, or if you're just stuck and you don't know what to do at all, get my ultimate credit repair bundle. I just bundled this together so you'll learn how to arbitrate, you'll learn how to file a federal lawsuit, you'll learn how to send dispute letters. I do have templates in there, although I don't recommend using templates because of the e-Oscar system, but I show you how to make your own letters as well. So you guys know how I just did that file a federal lawsuit class. that's the class that's in here, as well as my how to arbitrate class. So if you already purchased like my credit repair, my overstanding bundle, my last bundle, then you're good. The only difference between that class and this class is that I teach you how to file a federal lawsuit versus the other class is only arbitration. But now you have to know how to do both, because TransUnion you can no longer arbitrate with. Do you actually go to court? Sometimes you don't. So this student right here who got this offer, he did not have to go to court. He filed this via arbitration, which is a private matter. The thing about arbitration is that you do not have to go inside of a courthouse. With arbitration, it's a private matter. It's a private matter with arbitration. So arbitration, you can do it over the phone, you can do it through Zoom, or you can do it through documentation only, meaning that you can get a Google Doc and do an arbitration case. But you can only arbitrate with Experian and Equifax right now. TransUnion you cannot arbitrate with. Yes, my email address, sorry. They don't go by truth in lending. Oh, that's crazy. Can your boyfriend do it? And if you help him, or does he? You can definitely help him as long as you educate him on what it is that you're like. So say for instance that you're trying to fix his credit. You can help him as long as you educate him on what it is. How can I buy this information? How to sue these so-called bureaus? Ask because I paid for this bundle. If you didn't receive any products from me, you want to make sure that you're emailing the correct email. A lot of people don't think that the email is correct, but you can send an email to me. I literally respond to all emails. So there should be no reason why nobody don't have a product that they bought from me. The $6 bundle is not the same thing. So the $6 bundle just shows you how to structure your claim. What is the advantage / disadvantage of doing arbitration versus lawsuit? Very great question. So arbitration is a private matter. So my dealership case, that 5-figure settlement, nobody can go and look up that case because it was via arbitration. Arbitration doesn't go by like the federal rules of civil procedure or the federal rules of evidence. So some consumers like to do arbitration because I'm not going to say it's more lenient, but it's not as I feel like they're not personally, I feel like they're not as strict as a federal court. Arbitration, like I said, is also via Zoom or via telephone or via documents only. And yeah, so it's a private matter. So you can't have nobody can go and look up your case, which is a good and bad thing. So for instance, if I was to sue Experian via arbitration, that's private. Nobody can look that up. But if I was to sue them in a federal lawsuit, then I have a public case in my name. And having a public case in your name is good in case you have to go after another corporation. You can use your own case as case law. Does that make sense? Is the Mississippi question related to? Yes, so federal court, when you go to federal court, it tells you right here, that's why I said don't do a small claims, because this is not a state matter. This is a federal matter. And when I did if you guys go watch my YouTube video on my experience with filing a small claims case, it was terrible. You might want to go watch that. My YouTube is Millionaire Made. So that's why I say don't do small claims, because I did it. Oh no, that's not the right one. But it tells you, no, it tells you how much you can sue for, and there is no amount in question that you can sue for when it comes to suing. Okay, yeah, right. Without regard of the amount in controversy, as long as it's in the appropriate United States District Court. So as long as you file a lawsuit in district court, it doesn't matter the amount. When the amount is limited, that means it's small claims. I purchased fix your credit. Yes, the only difference with this course is that you get my how to file a federal lawsuit. So that is correct. That video, OMG, yes, thank you so much. Like, those are the type of things that happen during your journey. Like, all of my lawsuits have not just been where I just won straightforward. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. Like, sometimes you have to trial and error and learn and relearn. If you got the 5-day challenge, you're good. If you got the 5-day challenge, you are good. You got everything you need in the 5-day challenge. The 5-day challenge is all of my courses in one. So I taught you how to file a federal lawsuit, how to file for arbitration. I taught you the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Truth in Lending Act, and Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. So yes, you are good. This course is only $77. Here's the link to this course where I teach you everything. This is the last credit bundle you will need. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna head on out. It's 8 o'clock. I hope you all enjoy. Let me know how was class for you guys tonight? How many people? I think I had 80 people on here. Okay. How was class for y'all? Let me know. Did y'all like it? Yes. Good, good, good. Thank you all for coming on here. I appreciate you all so much. I gotta go because my son got school tomorrow, but I hope you all enjoyed the class. And again, get the Ultimate Credit Repair Bundle if you're having any more problems with your credit report. Mentorship is coming on Black Friday. It's coming. Mentorship is coming. So stay tuned. Okay. Mentorship is coming. If that's what y'all looking for, it's coming. I'm having a credit mentorship on Black Friday. It's going to be $800. I'm telling y'all first. Okay, don't go tell everybody. It's only going to be $800 just for Black Friday. And y'all can split it into 2 payments. Okay. The Ultimate Credit Repair Bundle is only $77. Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. All right. Okay, y'all. I'll let y'all know more about the mentorship later, okay? I didn't even let nobody know but y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Bye.